Well, today we start with another bodybuilder remedy, that is Calcarea Phos. Now, why I say bodybuilder? Because all the senior homeopaths who have I happen to meet, or whenever I came across them, they always said Calcarea group. That the moment a child is born, it is Calcarea group. So they all had the same opinion that Calcarea has got delayed milestones. The whole Calcarea group has got delayed physical milestones, not the mental milestones. Mental milestones are with Bharaitakar, whereas Calcarea is physical milestones, that is late holding of the neck, late dentition, late crawling, late walking, then late filling of the frontanels and sutures. So all these physical milestones are covered by the Calcarea group. So which are out of which 3 to 4 are chili patients, that is Calcarea carp, Calcarea phos, Calcarea ars. These are all chili patients. Then we have the Calcarea sulf and the Calcarea iodide, which are the hot patients. Now this will not presently, this is all theoretical of course, but when we look at a patient of the moment a child is born and the child is growing, so we look at them and then we realize that Calcarea phos and Calcarea carp and Calcarea phos have got a lot of similarity. Both have got a lot of similarity in symptoms, except the constitution. What are the symptoms? In Calcarea carp or Calcarea phos, both have got delayed milestones. Okay. Both have got late dentition. Fine. Both have got weakness of the bones. Okay. Both have got delayed walking. Late walking. That is also fine. What is furthermore? Then both can hold their neck very late. Both are both are highly obstinate. That is ziddi or hatti. Hatti or ziddi is the direct terminology for obstinate. Now, why obstinate? Because physically, though they want to do something, as I told you, physically they are very keen. They are not idiots. Physically, they want to do something, but their capacity to get it done is not there. So they become obstinate and they demand things by sitting in one place. So there are so many similarities in Calcarea carp and Calcarea phos. Now, how do we differentiate Calcarea carp from Calcarea phos? Now, as I told you, we all learn through the books, the textbooks of homeopathy, that Calcarea carp is fair, fat, and flabby. I put it in another way, a lot of quantity and a lot of without quality. A lot of quantity without quality. Or also I say it is a lump of a jelly. Now, when we talk about Calcarea phos, it is said that lean, thin, emaciated, though eating well. Though eating well. वो खाना कम नहीं खा रहा है. It is the defective assimilation of the body. The body is not putting on weight. Lean, thin, emaciated, though eating well. So now in the constitution, they are exactly opposite. Whereas Calcarea carp is obese, whereas Calcarea phos is lean, thin, emaciated, though eating well. So in my words, I will put it, no quantity, no quality. No quantity, no quality. Both have got bending of bones. So here, both have got now Calcarea carp and Calcarea phos. Why I'm talking about the the comparison, because if you know the comparison, then you understand both these children. If you know the comparison, it is very easy to follow what these children are. Now both are lean, both are obstinate. Both sweat on their scalp during sleep. Both demand things by sitting in one place. Why? Because they don't want to exert themselves. So it is aggravation by slightest exertion in both these remedies, because both don't have quality. Though they have quantity, they don't have quality. So both have got no quality. I mean, both have got no quality. Whereas one like calcarea carb has got a lot of quantity, and calcarea phos has got no quality and no quantity. So it is lean, thin, emaciated. Though he is eating well. Now, what are the differences? Now, if we have a child and we want to differentiate, what are the differences between these two remedies? The first and the foremost is both, again, there is one similarity, both snore during sleep. Both snore during sleep. But calcarea carb snores because of enlarged tonsils, and calcarea carb snores because of enlarged adenoids. Calcarea phos snores because of enlarged adenoids. Adenoids are the glands which are at the postnasal cavity. Postnasal cavity, where the nasal passage from the back goes down towards the throat, towards the larynx. So that cavity is known as postnasal, and there are adenoid glands. And they snore. Can you believe? Both while sleeping, a small child is snoring, and that's quite surprising. That's quite surprising, because normally we know elderly people snore, or the fat people like me. I have a tendency of snoring. So most of the fat people, they snore, and elderly people, of course, because of their age, that's the epiglottis. This sometimes that we call it the uvula, and the epiglottis, it falls down while sleeping, and then it can block the air passage, and they can be snoring. So snoring is not I mean, it's not a common thing in elderly people or fat people. But when we talk about the young child, 1 year, 2 year child, he's snoring. They say he snores. So both have got different reasons. In calcarea carb, it can be because of enlarged tonsils. In calcarea phos, it is because of enlarged adenoids. Then sometimes the child remains bald for a long time. So this is again, both the remedies have this problem. Like the hair is not very dense. Hair growth is also less. Now both have got this calcium. Uh, I mean, the defective assimilation of calcium. So with the defective assimilation of calcium, the hair can be very ज्याला आपण म्हणतो in Marathi we call it विरळ. केस विरळ होणे किंवा they are not dense, दाट नसतात केस, they are विरळ केस, because the hair growth is also not proper. So both, as and now we have a very strong differentiating factor, that is the constitution, where one is fat and one is very thin. Yeah. Then another difference, both have got bending of bones, of course, but another difference which I saw in my practice is the desire for food. Now calcarea carb, you see, there's got a great desire for milk products, egg, mud, chalk, pencil, all this which is having a lot of calcium. The calcarea carb is having a lot of desire for all this undigestible things. Now calcarea phos has got great desire for smoked food. Now, what is a smoked food? You will wonder, well, we don't have smoked food. Well, we don't eat tandooris, or we don't eat kebabs all the time. Those are smoked. Or smoked fish. We don't eat that. Don't you eat it? No. Okay, fine. But do you eat roasted peanuts? That's smoked. Roasted, what we say, the jawar, Hoda we say, it's a roasted hoda. It is a smoked food. Then roasted maize or kanis, bhajlela kanis, is a roasted, I mean, smoked food. So whatever you have which is roasted on the fire, on the smoke, it is known as smoked food. So this all things come under smoked food. Then bengan bharta, where the bengan is put on the fire, and then that bharta is made, that is also smoked food. So this is the great desire for smoked food in calcarea phos, whereas calcarea carb, chana, putana, all these are smoked. Panchgani chana, Mahaveshwar chana, what we call, is all smoked food. So this is smoked food is a very common feature in calcarea phos, and there's a great desire for smoked food. So here we have the difference between the eating habits. Then one more thing, where both these remedies go hand in hand, is the scoliosis of the backbone. Scoliosis of the backbone is normally when you see at the back, directly from the dorsal view, the backbone is in a straight line. But calcarea phos and calcarea carb, you have an S. You have an S, slight S. So the backbone is slightly S, or they can be a hunchback, kubja. We call it kubja. So here, both calcarea carb and calcarea phos, they develop a hunchback very early because the bones are weak, and with the bones, the musculature is also very weak. So here, the treatment to strengthen up the muscles, muscle mass and the bone mass, we think of calcarea carb in obese people and calcarea phos in the uh, thin people. So here, that is the main difference where the constitution lies. If the person, the child is, though they say और सब खाता है और मेरा बेटा सब कुछ खा लेता है, मगर उसका वजन ही नहीं बढ़ रहा है. And calcarea carb will say इतना बहुत सारा नहीं खाता है, फिर भी इसका वजन बढ़ता है. So here the main difference lies where calcarea phos and calcarea carb. When calcarea iodide comes here, when there is because if a weight loss or weight increase because of the thyroid problem, then one of the remedies is calcarea iodide. Because of thyroid problem, if there is a problem with the weight increase or weight loss because of thyroid, if thyroid is involved, then we think of calcarea iodide here. And if the skin is involved, then we think of calcarea sulfate. If the skin is involved, we think of calcarea sulfate. So here, of course, when we talk about calcarea carb and calcarea phos, that is very important here, where the constitution is concerned. And if the constitution is, as I told you, constitution is really fat, fair, fat, and flabby, or a lot of quantity without quality, we think of calcarea carb. And if there is no quality, no quantity, there is calcarea phos. So now why I'm not going into details of calcarea phos, because you have already learned calcarea carb. So here only you have to change the constitution, and you have to study calcarea phos, and you come to know that then another thing is brittle nails. The nails become brittle. Normally the nails, what the humans have, this is a typical it is basically in the olden days, it was used to attack. It was used to attack someone because nails was one of the weapons of the human body. Because we don't have the like a fixed nail like a vegetarian animal, like in cows and buffaloes and goats, whereas we have separate claws, and then we can attack someone. So these nails, they become brittle and they break easily. They break easily. If you try to pinch something, and they'll break easily. Then also, again, the constitution will make the difference. If it is fat, it is calcarea carb, and thin, it is calcarea phos. So here also we have then some weak children. Weak children, they keep on wetting their bed. It is known as nocturnal enuresis. Nocturnal enuresis, where weak children, they keep on wetting their bed, and they say that हमारा बच्चा रात को दो तीन बार पेशाब करता है. He doesn't get up also. He doesn't know that he has pissed in his bed. So that's very embarrassing situation for a child. It is not that he doesn't have sensation, but he doesn't have the strength to hold the urine in the bladder. He doesn't have the strength to hold the urine in the bladder, and he can pass urine. So as I told you, calcarea phos or calcarea carb, both are weak remedies. They have weakness in the body. They are physically very weak, because slightest exertion will cause them. They All this aggravations are due to slightest exertion by lifting something, lifting of weight, very weak. Even the menses, in calcarea phos, she can faint during menstruation. She can faint during menstruation because the person, the calcarea phos person goes into low BP. She goes into low blood pressure, hypotension during the menses, and then she can faint during menses. Similarly, like in phosphorus, phosphorus also can faint. Phosphorus is basically much higher remedy than calcarea phos. So calcarea phosphorus is for the elderly group, while calcarea phos is for the young group where they are still growing and passing urine because of weakness. The doctor says, well, it is because of weakness. Your child is very weak and didn't take this supplements and take this tonics and all that, and take these multivitamins, your child will grow. No, because the body has got defective assimilation. There has to be something to cope up, something to push the body out on this. That's why we have these remedies, calcarea carb and calcarea phos. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I think I covered most of the clinical problems in calcarea phos, and I'm opening up the gallery for your question and answers.
So for improving the assimilations of the calcium in the growing children, what potential should we think of?
See, in children, normally we go in for 200 and above because the susceptibility is very high. 200 and above, I would think. And,
Hello?
200 and above. 200 and
okay,
above.
And the repetitions?
Well, as I told you, I am a Calcutta school homeopath. So I do go in for repetition. Yes, I do go in for repetition. Yes.
So it is OD or BD?
Normally BD. Normally I go in for BD unless the child needs more support. But BD will suffice. I mean, BD will do good enough. Anything else?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So many times parents ask for calcium supplements for children, homeopathic calcium supplements. So calcarea phos would be better, no, rather than calcarea carb, or which one is good?
As I told you, you have to look at the constitution of the person.
Okay.
Constitution is when your child is thin, lean, thin, emaciated, though eating well, then it is calcarea phos. Calcarea carb is on the fatter side, is obese. So you have to choose the remedy as per the constitution. The constitution is very important. Both are chilly patients, but both sweat on the head during sleep. Both have got a lot of similarities except the constitution. And calcium supplement, आप अगर मी सांगितल्याप्रमाणे in Marathi there is saying तूप खाल्ल्यानंतर रूप येत नाही. In Marathi they say, right? So here तुम्ही तूप दिलं म्हणून काय लगेच रूप येणार नाहीये. Do you think the child has less calcium in his diet? Whatever the milk products what he has, dahi, taak, everything is full of calcium. Milk, everything full of calcium. So here the defective assimilation has to the body. Body has to improve the defective assimilation. You understand what I'm saying? It is not a diet.
Yes, sir.
Diet is not less. Though eating well, what does the symptom say? Though eating well, she or he emaciates. So that means the nutrition is lost, not less, but it is not assimilated.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Wow. All doubts cleared.
Yes, the differentiation you had made very simple of all the calcareas.
It is simple. Homeopathy is a very simple science. The simplest science in the world. We have to only compare the symptoms of the patient to the symptoms of the remedy. What else do you want to do? As simple as that. Why do you want to confuse it? There is no confusion in homeopathy. It is the simplest science. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shall I end the lecture?
Sir, it is an important
Yes,
remedy
sir.
for the chronic
Yes,
hydrocephalus.
Mulka,
But how,
you want to ask something?
sir, it is important. Hi, yes, sir. It is
Loudly,
important
please.
remedy for the.
Can you speak a bit
Sir, it's
loudly?
important remedy for the chronic hydrocephalus. But how? How?
Important remedy for chronic hydrocephalus.
Yeah.
One of the remedies for hydrocephalus can be Apis, of course, and Calcarea phos. As I told you, Calcarea phos is a growth remedy. Growth remedy. So whenever there is some fault with the growth, hydrocephalus is what? When the CNS, the cerebro
Spinal fluid.
CSF.
cerebrospinal
Yes, sir.
Cerebrospinal
CSF.
Yeah.
CSF doesn't drain down. When it doesn't drain down, then we think of hydrocephalus. And this, if there is some fault with that particular drain, then we think of Calcarea phos, because as you rightly mentioned, it is a remedy for hydrocephalus. And where if the drain is not proper, we have to think of Calcarea phos.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
ग्रोथ जो ग्रोथ में जो कोई फॉल्ट है वो कैलकेरिया ग्रुप विल करेक्ट इट. ये करेक्शन ये सब मैकेनिक्स है, ग्रोथ मैकेनिक्स है.
So then when APIS should be given in
Sorry?
hydrocephalus? So what APIS is beneficial in hydrocephalus? How it is?
I have got very good results with this. One child, within the first 6 months, he had undergone 9 surgeries. Still his head was growing. They have put a artificial stent also. Still head was growing. And the father had spent almost 10 lakh rupees on this child. So I gave APIS, and then today, last 1.5 years, the child is growing fine and eating well. Now he's speaking also, because everything had come down to standstill. His brain was not growing because of hydrocephalus. So because they said that whenever they give him a warm water bath, the child used to cry very loudly, and lukewarm or cold water bath, the child used to tolerate it. So APIS was the remedy. Yes. APIS is a very hot patient, cannot tolerate hot water bath.
Okay. So that is differentiating criteria for APIS and Calcarea phos.
That's right. That's right. Calcarea phos is a chilly patient, APIS is a hot patient. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Shall I close it? Any more questions? Any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.